Hi friends, so today we are going to study Fire and Ice. So this is your poem number 2 of your English textbook First Flight. So in Fire and Ice we have already covered about dust of snow. So you can watch a previous video if you have not yet. So in Fire and Ice as clear from name it is talking about fire and ice. Clear? So this is depicting fire and this is depicting ice. But why is earth here? Why is earth between fire and ice? Let's study. Before that, we are going to know who is the poet. The poet is again Robert Frost. So these both poems are written by Robert Frost. So let's just study something about Robert Frost. Robert Lee Frost was his full name, was an American poet. His work initially published in England before it was published in the United States. You need not remember this. You can remember that he is American poet, right? Like when you're writing summaries, you write poet name. You can mention it, looks better, but no need to remember when he was born, where. So he was born on 26 March 1874, San Francisco, California, United States. He died on 29 January 1963, Boston, Massachusetts, United States. So here he was born and here he died. Clear? So this is, you need not remember. Instead of American poet. So let's start reading now. Some say the world will end in fire. What does it mean? Some means some people say that world will end in fire. Why world will end means it will be destroyed by fire. Some say in ice. So there are different opinion of people about how our earth is going to end. Some say it is ending with fire, or some say it is ending with ice. So from what I have tasted of desire, I hold those favor of fire. So he says that if we go scientifically and according to our poet's experiences, he says that he is in the favor of fire, that fire will end our earth. So now you are understanding why it was there, okay? But if it perished twice, it had to perish twice. Perish means die or end. Twice means 2 times. Means if our earth, it means our earth, or you can say world. So if we say that if our world has to end 2 times, I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction of I is also great and would suffice. He says that if our world is going to end 2 times, this means that, and I would also like the destruction by ice. This doesn't mean that if our earth is dying 2 times, it should end in fire, that I am in favor. But I also think that destruction of ice would be great and would suffice. Suffice means sufficient. That it would be sufficient to end our world. So now we know that poem is made up of, hope now what is in the poem is clear. Now we are going to discuss about poetic devices. So moving further. So first poetic device is assonance. So assonance, this part, this is hold with those, This is I hold with, those is your assonance. So many of the students think that nobody is going to ask you about what is the meaning of assonance. You must understand. So if you want me to have session on poetic devices, you can comment down. But today I'm just telling what are in this poem. So then we have alliteration, imagery, symbolism. This poem is full of these. Okay. Then we have rhyme scheme, anaphora, and then we have enjambment. Oh, this is all in this. So first we have alliteration. So alliteration is favor fire. Favor fire is your alliteration. Then you have imagery. So imagery is not here, but you know na, like the here it's an image that is being shown. Image like that are we can image something. When we read this, we are seeing that our world, it is getting attacked by fire, it is getting attacked by ice, people screaming. You can see all of things that are described in this poem. So this is imagery. Then we have symbolism. So symbolism is fire, ice, fire and ice. So symbolism is fire and ice. So you fire here symbolizing, fire is symbolizing desire, jealousy and greed. Whereas ice is depicting hatred, inferiority and indifferences. Then we have rhyme scheme. So rhyme scheme of this poem is A B A B C C B B C C B B C B C B. So this is your rhyme scheme. And then we have anaphora, which is some say and some say, which is some say, some say. This can also be considered an alliteration, some say. So then we have enjambment. So as you can see, after every line there we don't have any kind of punctuation mark. We have after many lines like here and here only. So here you can say that you also have enjambment. So now we have already completed this poem. So this poem depicts fire and ice. Here fire and ice doesn't mean that fire is something burning and ice is cooling and freezing down a world. But we know that in symbolism we gave it as greed and it as hatred. So here we must understand that this means that in this poem he is telling us that if we'll be so greedy, we'll be spreading hate everywhere, we'll be jealous, so it can affect us. It has a very huge effect on us which cannot be reversed. So this is all your poem Fire and Ice, completed in just 10 minutes. Hope you understand. Thank you so much.